Thank you so much for joining us. I'm now joined by Randy Kraus, who's the Director of Volunteer Services over at Community Hospital. Thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So, volunteer program, you're in charge of it. What do the volunteers do? What do they provide for Community Hospital?
Well, things have changed over the years at the hospital, but we are now supporting almost every department within the hospital. We support everything from somebody walking in the front door all the way through our emergency department, through our radiology team, our surgery team, medical records. So we support quite a few departments throughout the hospital.
Sounds like a really big support group for the hospital in general, and you guys are hiring right now.
We are. We're actually looking for some volunteers for our afternoon tours, which would be like a 12 o'clock p.m. to 4 o'clock p.m.
Okay.
And then also some of the high school kids, now that school's out, they're looking to get some volunteer hours in, both for their resume, for some scholarship applications, and we do allow them to work on Saturdays and Sundays if that's something they need.
Okay, that's nice flexibility there.
Right, right.
So talk to me about the needs at the hospital and maybe some of the requirements for potential volunteers.
So as volunteer as a volunteer director, my requirements are to get out and let's find out what departments need volunteers. Where can we support you? There are oftentimes roles within a department that maybe doesn't quite qualify for a full-time employee, but it would be nice to have a little bit of support. So we can funnel a volunteer into that department, help supplement their workload, and it kind of benefits the whole hospital. Our requirements are, have to be 15 years old or older.
Okay.
We do have 15-year-old volunteers. We also have 90-year-old volunteers. So it's a really neat to see the variety of volunteers within our hospital. The 15-year-olds, they may be trying to determine a career path, and they can do that through a volunteer role. Maybe they want to be a radiology tech. Maybe they want to work in the emergency department. So what better way to find out if that's for you by going in and volunteering? And then some of our older volunteers, the retirees particularly, they like to bring some of the skills that they've learned throughout their career and share that with our hospital and our team, and it really works good for all of us.
Yeah, and I'm sure that's a great way to get out and be social with people when you've retired.
It's interesting. People say, well, gosh, I'll get a high school volunteer, for instance, and as I'm interviewing that individual along with their parent, the parent will tell me they're very quiet, they're an introvert, and by the time we're done with them, they can't get them to shut up. I mean, we really groom and work with our young ones particularly, and they have a lot of fun doing it. So we have a lot of fun on our team.
Yeah, and I'm sure they learn so much every day. I can't imagine the amount of wealth of information at a hospital.
And that's just it. There's so many agencies in this community where you can volunteer. They're just wonderful agencies. We're so blessed in the Grand Valley to have so many choices. And obviously, we like to see them come into the health industry, and particularly if they want to pursue that that field for the younger ones, the college or the high school. So what a great way to do it is by just coming in. If it's not for you, then it's not for you, and you can move on to a different type of agency.
Absolutely. And how cool for you to be able to help potentially launch someone's career, right?
It's a lot of fun. We'll see folks that after volunteering for a couple of months say, this is exactly the career path that I'm taking. They'll learn then where they need to start taking classes to get themselves prepared for that role.
That's awesome. So now where can people find more information, or if they're interested in volunteering, how can they do that?
Of course, our website. We can go there at the Community Hospital website, but best way is probably to call me directly. My office number is 644-3541. We can schedule a short meeting, just to kind of explain all the various roles that we have. I mean, we've got a role right now in our gift shop that is just people want to get in there, and this is a good time if you're interested in learning how to become a retail or an entrepreneur, run your own store. Volunteering in our gift shop is a great way to do that, and we're taking volunteers in there right now.
Perfect. Well, thank you, Mr. Kraus, so much for coming on the show.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely, and we'll have all the information on how you can sign up for the volunteer program at Community Hospital available on westernslopenow.com.